The Washington Capitals have announced that it is so not over. Over.
I'm back, babes.
Ovechkin is sticking around with the Washington Capitals. He has signed a brand new contract for 1 season to remain in Washington. I will read directly from the Washington Capitals. They said the Washington Capitals have re-signed Captain Alex Ovechkin to a 1-year contract extension. Ovi's contract will carry an average annual value of $4.25 million. And then in the release, it said, "I'm back." Ovechkin said, "Thank you to everyone for giving me and my family the time to make this decision. I'm healthy. I love playing hockey and competing to win. I'm excited to come back and join my teammates so we can fight for a playoff spot and have a chance to win. See you in September, DC." The contract is technically $4.25 million, but it is really $9 million. As Chris Johnston of the Chris Johnston Show says, Alex Ovechkin will earn $9 million next season as long as he plays 10 games. I think we can all guarantee that he will play those 10 games. His contract includes a $3.25 million signing bonus, $1 million in salary, and $4.75 million bonus when he reaches 10 games played. You can see this breakdown here on Puckpedia. If you are watching on the Jesse Blake Sports Report YouTube channel, you can see that breakdown of his contract there. And because the Washington Capitals will most likely be a cap team next season, I believe that those bonus overages will carry into next season unless they find a way to clear up some space for this year and fit that extra millions of dollars under the cap this year. But that $4.25 million salary that he gets this season makes it easy for them to fit on the cap, and that extra 5 whatever millions that he's going to get in bonus, they can just kick that can down the road to next season if they indeed don't have enough cap space to fit that in this season. So it's a good, smart loophole there by the Washington Capitals to take advantage of that. That's good work by Chris Patrick and the rest of the team there in Washington to figure out this bonus structure. Thanks to Ovi for working with them to please the Caps fans to get him under the salary cap this season and get him back playing for the Capitals. And the reason he had to do all of this finagling with his contract here and do all this bonus-laden stuff to make his $9 million is because the Washington Capitals have been busy. And they, in my opinion, have been one of the winners of this offseason. If we run down their list of moves since the offseason has started, they decided to re-up with Timothy Liljegren in May for 2 years, $6.5 million total. Then in late June, the action truly begins for the Washington Capitals front office. They go out and they get Jordan Kyrou, which is one hell of an acquisition. They have to send out Connor McMichael, Milton Gastrin, and a 2026 first-round pick that was the 16th overall pick to St. Louis to get Kyrou to Washington. Then in a deal to acquire the rights to sign Alex Tuch before he hits free agency, they send a 3rd-round pick in 27 and the rights to David Kampf to the Buffalo Sabres. And then they ink Alex Tuch to a giant new deal. Then they recoup that 3rd-round pick that they sent out by trading Hendrix Lapierre to the Pittsburgh Penguins. They get that 3rd-round pick plus a 2028 5th. They add more draft capital for next season, sending Declan Chisholm to the New Jersey Devils for a 4th-round pick. And then on July 1st, Ted Leonsis decides to just keep spending money. They go out and get Johnny Brodzinski for $850K, Justin Hall for $900K, Vinny Desharnais, which is the deal that we can probably spend a second here to talk about because it is a bit of an overpay. It is $4.2 million for 4 seasons for Vinny Desharnais. And I know nobody in the hockey community outside of the old hockey guys who love Vinny Desharnais believes that Vinny Desharnais is worth $4.2 million per season. But but I don't mind the Desharnais deal in totality with what they've done. I love the Tuck signing. I love the Kyrou trade. And those guys are on good contracts with the salary cap going so far up. And Vinny Desharnais in a $120 million cap world is probably what? A $3 million defenseman if we're thinking like that's really what his value should be. So it's a tiny bit of an overpay, but it's not that much of an overpay. And add to that the Boone Jenner deal that they did. That's 4 years, $5.75 million, which is a really good deal for a free agent center. And the guy who might have been the top center available once free agency hit after nobody was actually available during free agency. They get Boone Jenner because they needed center depth. And this was a huge need that they addressed with a really decent contract for Boone Jenner. So as I said, in totality, the Vinny Desharnais deal doesn't look as much of an overpay. It's still a little bit of an overpay. I'm not going to say it's not. Overall, I don't think that one deal takes away from the moves that Washington made. And we finish off their moves with the Ovi deal that happened today. And all of a sudden, the Caps are, I'm not going to put them ahead of the Hurricanes, but I think the second best team in the Metro on paper right now heading into next season. And on top of all of this, we can expect leaps from their young talent, and they are building a good young core for a post-Ovechkin world. We can expect the Protas brothers, to get better as the season and their careers go along. Ryan Leonard, still only 21, is coming off of his first full season in the NHL. 75 games, 20 goals, 25 assists. Let's see what he can turn into with the Washington Capitals. And yes, the Caps do have one of three of the Hudson brothers, so we'll see if Cole Hudson can crack the lineup and be a regular player for the Caps this season. I think the Washington Capitals are having one hell of an offseason, and they've put the cherry on top here with Ovi returning next year for, I assume, is one final season in the NHL, his 22nd year in the league. I'm excited to just watch him go out there, stand in his spot, put up a ton more goals, and keep adding to the record books. Let me know what you think about Ovi's return in the comments below on the YouTube channel. And while you are there, hit like and hit subscribe. I will see you again very soon.